Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashwika, the channel where we talk a lot about digital products, everything about digital products, making and selling them. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple, cute weekly planner in the Photoshop. Now, obviously, there are so many ways in which you can make a weekly planner. This is just one of the way. So without further ado, let's dive in. Before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. Whenever I'm gonna upload new videos, you're gonna get notified about. If you're a person looking forward to make money online, then I have other channel where I talk a lot about making money online as a creative person, as an artist. The link is in description box below. You could very well grab the Global Creative Club membership if you're looking forward for cool Photoshop tools like the brushes, the gradients, and the patterns. That you could use for creating your own digital products. Full commercial license available. The links are in description box below. Without further ado, let's dive in with this tutorial. Okay guys, currently we are in the Photoshop. I'm gonna be taking a new white canvas. I'm gonna keep it as 6 by 9 inches because that's what's the usually ideal file size I take for my digital products. You could very well select your own individual file size that you want for your own digital products. Since we are creating a digital planner, so that's gonna be a one-page digital products that we are creating. So 6 by 9 inches. Background color, you can keep it as any foreground color or any background color, or you could keep it as a white, transparent, whatever it is. Then RGB color mode. Once you're done with that, simply click OK. Here you are with the red canvas because we have actually selected the foreground color that was actually set as a red. That's what I want for my weekly planner. You can keep it as white or any other specific color. Now I'm going to be using some different tools in the Photoshop. I'm going to be using a text tool in the very beginning. You could use a filter options or bring some graphics or using custom shapes or brushes, or even a pen tool in the Photoshop if you want us to make it in the background and then actually proceed further. But I'm gonna be actually using red background, that the kind of like color theme I want for my weekly planner. And I'm gonna be actually going forward and gonna be selecting a specific font for my title. You could select any font. You can verbally import your own fonts. You can select the color, the size, the alignment. You have a lot of the different options over here, and I'm going to be keeping as a light because the background is way dark as a red. So I'm going to keep it as a light red so that it couldn't be clearly visible from the dark background. That's what my purpose over here. Actually, writing over here the weekly planner, the size is very small. You could see over here the size is pretty small, so I'm going to be increasing the size of this particular headline. That's the weekly planner headline as a text. So I'm going to be increasing the size, and you could see we have increased the size. I'm going to be changing the font as well if you feel like the font is not that good. You want some other font, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some other font because increasing the size, I found out that I don't like this font and I want something else. So I'm using this particular font. Once you're done with the font, just realign your text by using individual text layers, or you could very well use the filter. You could very well use the alignment option in the text box as well, like in the text tool as well, or simply just select the individual layer and then select that layer and bring it to the respective position. So that's what we are doing over here, but still the weekly planner is way more big, so I have to actually go and decrease the size. I'm going to do that. So here we are. I've actually decreased the size and actually aligned them onto the canvas, and that's what it's actually looking like, a weekly planner. You could do your own version of the heading over here. You could actually have a gradient as well as a fill option if you don't want the individual color. Now I'm going to be proceeding further, and I'm going to be using a custom shape tool in the Photoshop. So I'm going to be bringing the rectangle tool over here because that's what we want, where we are going to have our subheadings or sub boxes for our headings, and that's what I'm going to do and proceed further with that. You can choose a very specific color for your own box, or you can keep the color same, the one that you have actually used for the heading. So yeah, I'm going to be using a text tool again because we want the subheading. So this time I'm going to be using some other font, not the one that we have used for our heading, because we want it to be different. You can keep the same. Select the size and the color of the font that you want, the alignment. Now this one, as you can see, it's a pretty light because it's a light and light background. So I have to go forward and change the color of the font so that this subheading will gonna be clearly visible from the light background. So I have to actually darken it. That's a kind of like a contrasting colors and backgrounds I'm using, like having a different shades of the red only for this particular weekly planner. You could have the different shades, or you could have a different colors the way you want to. So here we are writing as a weekly schedule. That's what we are writing over here. I've actually aligned the weekly schedule subheading in my box the way you have seen. You could keep it as the alignment depending, entirely depends on you. Now I'm going to be actually bringing the custom shape tool again, and I'm going to be using a line tool from the custom shapes because we want the separation in this box. We want the two separate columns, and that's why I'm actually bringing a line over here. So I'm actually seeing the symmetricity, see whether it's really straight or not, and that's what I want. So just align your line according to it. I've actually aligned the line. You could see it's looking a little bit, it's looking straight, right? And it has a red color, the dark color, because the box color is light. That's what we are using, the contrasting colors. Now I'm going to be proceeding further, and I'm going to be duplicating the layer. So I'm duplicating the line layer over here because we want one more line, which I'm going to be bringing it down. But then I have to change the color for this line layer because it's not visible in the red background, right? So I'm going to be changing its color, and then I'm going to be aligning it. Otherwise, I won't be able to see it where it's. So I'm just going to change its color, and I'm going to be aligning it. And yeah, it's kind of like visible because now it's a light color of the line. And here we are with the two different lines, and that's why I've duplicated the layer. You could use the line layer again, but I want the exact size and shape, and that's why I duplicated the layer. Now I'm going to be proceeding further, and I'm going to be using a color picker because we are here changing the color. And I'm going to be using a text tool once again because we're going to be having a subheading again over here for the line that we have actually bring in the down in the red area. So I'm going to be proceeding further with that. So you could see I have written down quickly in the first column the daily meals because it's a weekly scap planner. So I'm writing the meal over here. In the second one, I'm actually writing a daily exercise, or you could write your own customized subheading that you want for your weekly planner, depending on your own specific theme or the ideal client avatar, like with whom you are actually targeting, if you are decided to sell this particular weekly planner. So, but I'm gonna just make a generalized one. That's why I'm keeping the things generalized over here, the daily meals and the exercise. Or you could remove the daily from them, and you can simply keep it as a meals and exercise. Or you could have a daily or weekly. I mean, you could keep it. So I'm actually remove the daily from the front of the daily meals and the daily exercise, and I'm keeping as a meals and exercise. So that would be a little bit more simple than the daily ones. So that's what I'm doing over here. And I'm going to be selecting the individual text layer, and I'm going to realign it. And that's why I actually realign them on this canvas so that they are actually looking symmetrical, not one above the other. And that's what we need to do with the alignment of the text layers with all the different layers that we have on our canvas. Now we can proceed further. We can bring even more shape tools or even more line tools. I'm actually using another shape tool that's a rectangular one because I want these two headings to be in the boxes. So I'm actually bringing one box tool over here, a shape tool. You could very well keep it the same if you don't want any kind of the another box, or you could simply keep it like that only. But here we are. Now I'm going to be actually dragging the text subheading text layer to the upside of this particular box layer so that it would be visible from the from these boxes. And also I need to change the color for these texts so that they would be visible from this light color background. So I'm going to quickly do all those stuffs. I'm going to be bringing the line layer above, and then I'm going to bring the text layer above, and I'm going to be actually changing its color so they are visible. The same thing you could do over here. So I've actually fast forwarded, and you could see I've changed the color, bring the line layer above, bring the text layer above, and change their color so that they are visible from this particular light color box. So it's a red color, and these one are lighter red. And I'm going to be realigning these individual layers on this particular box so they are in particular alignment, and that's what I want for this weekly planner. The same thing you could do if you want the exact result that I want for my weekly planner. So you could repeat the process for yourself too. Once you're done with that, you can proceed further and save your file. You can select any file format you're interested in saving. I'm going to save it as a JPEG file format, and then you could very well name your file before actually saving it. So I'm going to name it Weekly Planner Red, and I'm going to select the JPEG file format over here. Then simply click save, and here we are making a simple weekly planner in the Photoshop and save the file. That's it. This is the end result. Find this tutorial useful, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any video requests, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video. Till then, take care.